Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times today, with daytime highs approaching 80. Lows dip down to about 60. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Daytime highs approaching 83. Tomorrow, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Partly cloudy and dry Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 80s. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Right now, it's 72 degrees.
Mid-America Network News. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly is issuing a state of disaster emergency for parts of the Sunflower State today due to widespread flooding. Kelly announced a verbal state of disaster emergency around 7:40 a.m. this morning for flooding in counties in north central and south central parts of Kansas. The declaration allows for the activation of additional resources to provide people with assistance from the state. 2 Flint, Michigan men are in custody after police say they stole cash from a Casey's General Store in Ellis and were later tied to a string of thefts along the Interstate 70 corridor. The Ellis Police Department said the incident happened Saturday. Employees told officers that 2 men entered and were successful in stealing about $1,500 in cash. Authorities broadcast an attempt to locate alert, and the suspects were later stopped outside Lyman, Colorado. I'm Stephanie Austin.
50 unread messages.
Emergency.
Each year, more than 3.5 million older adults are victims of financial exploitation in the U.S. Many are afraid to report it, but taking action prevents additional victims. Here's what you can do. Stop. Don't interact with the scammers. Verify the source with a trusted person and report it right away if you think you've been scammed. Remember, stop, verify, report.
Sponsored by Kansas DCF and KDAS and aired in cooperation with the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Kansas weather is unpredictable, and if the recent storms have damaged your home, there's only one place to call, Burwell Roofing and Construction. They have been a trusted roofer for over 25 years in the state of Kansas and will help you with any damage by working with your insurance company, giving you an honest and fair estimate, and using quality materials and labor to make sure your house is back to satisfaction. After a storm, there are a lot of roofing companies that come in from out of state looking to make a quick buck at your expense. Don't let that happen. Call Burwell Roofing and Construction today or go online at burwellconstruction.com.
A Garden City man's fence-hopping escape plan fell flat after he was arrested for burglary over the weekend. Just before 10:30 p.m. on Saturday, police were dispatched to a home in Garden City for a reported burglary in progress, where a suspect broke into an apartment, stole property, and fled the scene. The resident, who was not home at the time, witnessed the break-in remotely via a security camera and immediately called police. After arriving, officers learned the suspect, identified as Victor Verez, 34, was actively jumping fences throughout the neighborhood to avoid being captured. He was located in a nearby alley and taken into custody. A pair of small earthquakes shook portions of northwest Kansas since Friday. Just before 10 p.m. yesterday, a quake with the magnitude 3.6 rattled Rooks County, about 3 miles northwest of Stockton. Just before 5 a.m. Friday, a 2.3 magnitude quake was in the same area. I'm Stephanie Austin.
We know you love the RV lifestyle, whether it's a camper, motorhome, or travel trailer. Make sure you have the right insurance policy for your next trip. I'm Dave Savage with Blue Valley Insurance, and we offer affordable plans with great coverage for your needs. We can customize your policy to ensure your days of leisure are stress-free. Protect your home away from home with affordable recreational vehicle insurance from Blue Valley Insurance in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
Nebraska Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. A federal program helping boost small rural businesses across the nation has been proposed at the federal level by U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts from the state of Nebraska in partnership with a Democrat colleague from the state of Minnesota. As according to the Nebraska Examiner, the Rural Micro Entrepreneur Assistance Program that was created under the 2008 Farm Bill and overseen by the Department of Agriculture that helps provide low-interest loans to eligible development organizations is now up for conversation again thanks to U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts. Under the current laws of the program, they say it relies on annual appropriations, where the Senate proposal pushed by Ricketts and U.S. Senator Tina Smith from Minnesota would extend that program for 5 years, so it no longer would require the annual approval. In a statement from Senator Ricketts, he said, quote, "Our bipartisan bill gives rural innovators more tools to expand their businesses and create jobs. By expanding opportunity, we can help grow Nebraska." Nebraska, Mid-America Network News.
It's kickoff time at Midwest Kia, and we're starting the season with a touchdown-worthy deal all September long. When you shop any new 2025 Kia in stock, you'll have 3 unbeatable offers on the field. Loyalty pricing, $1,000 trade assistance, Kia Finance bonus cash, and here's the play call. You get to go for 2. That's right. Pick any 2 of those 3 offers and combine them for the perfect drive into savings. And don't forget, every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It's your play, your deal, your drive. And it's only at Midwest Kia. Don't wait for overtime. Swing by Midwest Kia all September long and go for 2 on a brand new 2025 Kia. Midwest Kia, where you always score big.
We want to see ya in a Midwest Kia.
See dealer for details.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. Nemaha County Commissioners accepted the resignation of County Administrator Robert Reese at the August 25th meeting, effective October 1st. The resignation did follow an executive session, but no reason was stated. He has served the post since the end of March, and duties will be assumed by Nemaha County Councilor Austin Parker, who was appointed unanimously to fill the post on an interim basis at an additional $65,000 per year. Reese was contracted at $150,000 annually. Upon recommendation, Austin was charged with engaging in an external auditing firm with governmental experience to review long-term internal processes and help them match up with future budgetary goals. A motion by Marshall County Commissioners to pave a 1.5 mile section of road north out of Axtell was defeated on a 2-1 vote, confirming an earlier decision by commissioners to exclude the project. Austin Klein voted in favor of the motion, with John Unger and Greg Meyer voting no. They had previously expressed concern with the county budget in the decision not to fund the $870,000 project. Marshall County appraiser advised 2/3 of the Irish Creek wind farm have been purchased by High Banks Wind, which is applying for an extended exemption, so the assets may not go on the tax roll in 2032 as anticipated. The original estimated taxes to be collected after the 10-year exemption was $660,000 annually. Commissioners unanimously approved a $5,000 contribution for Red Ribbon Week for purchase of T-shirts funded through the Opioid Fund. After meeting with the sheriff, approval was given to declare a 2016 and 2020 Dodge Ram pickup as surplus to be sold by sealed bids. Washington County Commissioners' last meeting heard concerns with some landowners not controlling noxious weeds, in particular Serratia lespedeza, which spreads rapidly. The county has received a grant which would fund 75% toward purchase of a $30,000 heavy-duty utility trailer, which will be used by recycling for collection of cardboard. Gage County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to put a temporary hold on grants until a new tourism director is hired and an approved grant application and award process is in place. The board will set a meeting with Beatrice City Council to discuss the proposed merger of Beatrice Chamber of Commerce, Gage Area Growth Enterprise, and Main Street Beatrice. 3 supervisors were designated by the county to head the discussion, including Eric Tiemann, Rex Adams, and Rick Clayball. Among budget discussion was a goal to hold overtime hours as much as possible. Beginning this week, 15th Street at US 36 in Marysville will be closed to traffic as part of the ongoing storm sewer improvement project. Carolina and Center Streets will remain open, with 15th Street closed from the highway north to Carolina. Signs will be posted to help direct traffic, and the closure will remain in effect until work is complete. Kansas Department of Transportation has approved bids for projects including sidewalk improvements in the Beatty and Summerfield communities, as well as Hope in Dickinson County, for $242,000 with a Wichita contractor. Assistant State Climatologist Matthew Seitel, based at Kansas State University in Manhattan, is reaching out for active weather observers primarily in Washington County. He encourages those interested to visit the Cocorejos website to learn more. Observers would be given measuring equipment in exchange for daily reporting of data online. For details, contact Matthew Seitel at msittel@ksu.edu.
Back to school means your household is back online. With Blue Valley Technologies, try out a 3-month internet speed boost with no long-term commitments. Keep your family connected with 24/7 tech support, plus parental controls with worry-free Wi-Fi. Sign up to receive 3 months free, plus free installation. Not a current Blue Valley Technologies customer? Sign up for the best in internet service and get a $100 bill credit. Visit bluevalley.net.
Jamie S. Wynn, age 47, of Marysville, passed away Friday. Graveside service Thursday, 2 p.m. at the Marysville City Cemetery, with Kinsley's in charge of arrangements for Jamie Wynn. Bernice F. Mosier, age 93, of Marysville, passed away Monday. Mass of Christian burial Friday, 10:30 at St. Gregory's Catholic Church, Marysville. Burial in the church cemetery. Rosary Thursday evening at 7 at the church, with a visitation Thursday noon until 5 at Kinsley Mortuary of Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Bernice Mosier. Alice F. Wishy, age 81, of Manhattan, passed away Monday. Funeral service Saturday, 10 a.m. at St. Luke's Lutheran Church, Manhattan. Burial St. Peter's Lutheran Cemetery, south of Barnes. Anders Fifley Funeral Home, in charge of arrangements for Alice Wishy.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Some rain showers early on today, otherwise staying mostly sunny with their highs in the lower to mid-80s, then partly cloudy skies overnight tonight with their lows in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Some sunshine throughout Wednesday with their highs in the lower to mid-80s. Then some scattered showers are possible throughout Wednesday night, partly cloudy with their lows in the lower to mid-60s. Some scattered showers early Thursday morning, then staying sunny with their highs in the mid to upper 80s, then partly cloudy throughout Thursday night with their lows in the upper 60s. Some sunshine throughout Friday with our highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s, then partly cloudy throughout Friday night with our lows in the mid to upper 60s. Mostly sunny skies throughout Saturday with our highs in the mid to upper 80s. Then some rain showers possible into Saturday night with our lows in the lower to mid 60s. Rain showers are possible into Sunday, otherwise sunny with our highs in the mid to upper 80s. And some scattered showers possible into Sunday night with our lows in the upper 50s and lower 60s. And still more rain showers possible throughout the day on Monday, otherwise mostly sunny with our highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
Average high temperature, mid-September, 84. Record high on this date, 102. The average low, 60, and the record low, 43. Sunset this evening, 7:46. Sunrise in the morning, 7:03. Couple rounds of showers this morning will likely match or exceed yesterday's 1/4 to 1/2 inch totals across the listening area.
America's national parks may be at their absolute best in the fall. A few ideas for a fall getaway today from the Old Farmer's Almanac.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/Farmer Rancher to learn more.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Tuesday, September 9th, the 252nd day of the year. Comedian Adam Sandler has a birthday, and California became the 31st U.S. state on this day in 1850. If you couldn't squeeze in a summer getaway this year, here's some good news. Cooler temperatures and fewer crowds make this an ideal time of year to visit a national park. Here are those most often recommended for late summer or fall visits. Acadia National Park in Maine offers a scenic coastline in blazing fall colors. The harsh environment of Crater Lake in Oregon offers a small window of comfort, but September is the sweet spot for taking in its spectacular views. And here's brilliant fall colors along with active wildlife in Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park. That's the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Find more seasonal advice at almanac.com.
Mid-America Network Sports. I'm Andy Hoosier. Well, it's another week of college football all wrapped up with another week right around the corner. And it wasn't a good one for the Kansas State Wildcats as they ended up falling to Army on Saturday this past week for an evening game. That one a short loss of 24-21. That does put Kansas State in the negative so far for the season, sitting at 1-2 for their overall record. The Army Black Knights are now at 1-1. They go into week number 3 with the Kansas State Wildcats. They're heading on the road to Arizona with their game this week on Friday. It is an evening game with kickoff at 8 p.m. In the Kansas Jayhawks side of things, they also fell this past weekend to number 25 Missouri with a 42-31 loss. That puts the Jayhawks at a 2-1 overall record now. The Missouri Tigers undefeated at 2-0. The Jayhawks have a bye week this week as they are off for a week before coming back in action next Saturday, September 20th, with that kickoff at 5 p.m. at home in Manhattan.
For over 70 years, Rusty at Ford has been serving Wichita and all of Kansas, delivering unbeatable deals and unbeatable service. Looking for a new Ford or a Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicle? We've got over 650 vehicles in stock ready for delivery today. And with zero down and low APR financing options, getting into that new car, truck, or SUV has never been easier. Need service? Our factory certified technicians have you covered. We service all makes and models. We offer free pickup and drop off of your vehicle and mobile service that comes to your home or workplace. Rusty at Ford makes car care convenient to fit your busy lifestyle. Been in a wreck? Call Eck. Don't trust your collision repairs to just any body shop. Our certified collision team works with your insurance to get you back on the road fast and stress-free. Visit us today at 7310 East Kellogg or browse our inventory anytime at rustyatford.com. See dealer for details.
It may be college football season now, but the Kansas State University men's basketball team has announced that they will be playing a few games this coming up season as part of their 25th annual Hall of Fame Classic at the T-Mobile Center. As more of the college basketball season schedules are released, the Wildcats have announced they will be playing Mississippi State in their second game of the Hall of Fame Classic on Thursday, November 20th. That tip-off is set to be at 8:30, followed by the first game between Nebraska and New Mexico. That is set to start at 6 p.m. The winners of those two semifinal matchups will be playing in the championship game at 8:30 on Friday, November 21st, with all those games being streamed on Peacock and NBC Sports. If you would like to be part of the games and actually show up, tickets are on sale now as of Wednesday this past week. Kansas State Wildcats have said they are excited going into their fall season after finishing the 2024-25 season with an overall record of 16-17 and going 9-11 in the Big 12 Conference. The Wildcats had finished at the tournament as runner-ups in their first two visits of the tournament. Kansas, Mid-America Network Sports.
Marysville High girls tennis team is at Topeka Hayden Tuesday. The Marysville High volleyball team at Clay Center. Olivia Deaver finished third. The Marysville golf team third in their first meet of the season at Concordia last Tuesday. Team travels to Wamego Thursday. MHS girls tennis team opened the season Thursday at Salina South. Kate Fries finished first. Davis Spicer second in singles. Doubles team of Katie Brashears and Lily Vogt took first. Marysville cross country team hosted their home meet Saturday. Connor Lee finished 10th, Jacob McClung 13th, en route to a second place finish for the team at Wamego Saturday.
When you rollers send for Schroller.
For complete body repair, see Jeff at Schroller Collision Center. A family business for several generations. Let Jeff and his quality crew help you with your auto needs. Schroller Collision Center, 701 Carolina, 562-3546.
Kickafer and Bussing, certified public accountants in Marysville and now in Seneca, are qualified and available to assist you with all of your income tax and accounting needs. Stop by and visit Ken Kickafer, Kent Bussing, or their staff of certified public accountants and paraprofessionals. For prompt and friendly service, contact Kickafer and Bussing at their two locations, 1100 Broadway in Marysville at 562-2100 or 508 Main Street in Seneca at 336-2400 to set up an appointment. Kickafer and Bussing, where quality begins.
Your next car search ends at Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville. This is Andrew Crownover, and we vow to offer the largest selection of vehicles with the lowest prices in the area. But our commitment to satisfaction doesn't stop there, with service to all the vehicles you own. For outstanding selection, unmatched prices, and reliable service, call on Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville or online at crownoverautosales.com.
Stay up to date with your high school football teams on the Coach's Corner, airing each evening following sports at around 5:20, with Monday Spotlight on Southern and Diller Odell, Tuesday Centralia and Axtell, Wednesday Lynn and Hanover, Thursday Frankfort and Valley Heights, and Fridays Washington County and Marysville. It's the Coach's Corner following our evening sports at around 5:20 on KNDY. On air, online, on our mobile app, your sports leader in Northeast Kansas.
Mandevilla, now botanically known as Dipladenia, is a popular vine with shiny green leaves and trumpet-shaped flowers in red, white, pink, yellow, or apricot. This tropical vine is only hardy in frost-free areas. That means the rest of us need to overwinter it indoors if we want to save the plant for next year's garden. Hi, I'm Melinda Myers, horticulturist and gardening expert. If indoor growing space is limited, consider taking 4 to 6 inch cuttings. Dip the cut end in a rooting hormone and stick it in moist vermiculite or a well-drained potting mix to root. Then plant it and grow it like a houseplant. Or move the whole plant indoors in front of a sunny window and grow it like a houseplant. Water thoroughly when the top inch of soil is starting to dry. A third option is storing it in a cool, dark location. Water just often enough to keep the roots from drying out. Check out our website for this and other gardening tips.
You know you have quite a farm and mansion when the stables are many times larger and nicer than many homes. Such was the case for a place called Pebble Hill, a place you can still visit today, just like presidents did. The story is this edition of the American Countryside.
Stream your favorite Farm Journal programs, podcasts, and personalities with the new Farm Journal TV app. You'll enjoy on-demand access to the agriculture information you need from the sources you trust. It's all at your fingertips and on your schedule, anytime, anywhere. The Farm Journal TV streaming app gives you all the must-see Farm Journal shows, all the podcasts from our expanding network, along with exclusive and early view content. You can stream on your phone or smart TV, and you can download programs and watch offline. Go to farmjournaltv.com now to get the special half-off introductory offer, which gives you unlimited access to all this content with a free 14-day trial subscription and the special price of $49 for a full year. Use code BIGDEAL to get this special rate. Don't miss a minute. Subscribe today at farmjournaltv.com.
In 1901, Howard Melville Hanna, who had made his fortune in the mining industry, gave his daughter Kate the Pebble Hill Plantation in Thomasville, Georgia. She began to construct many buildings that are quite large and impressive.
In the late 1920s, she built a massive cow barn stable courtyard, and it includes housing for the superintendents that would be overseeing some of the areas nearby, like the cows and the horses.
Lori Curtis says these stables are a mansion into themselves. When the main house sustained heavy damage from a fire in 1934, it grew as well.
So she replaced it with a much larger home, one that would accommodate family and friends for the purpose of entertaining.
After Kate died, her daughter Elizabeth Ireland Poe, better known as Miss Pansy, carried on the tradition of hosting guests.
Some of those more well-recognized names would have been President Eisenhower. He would come down in the 1950s to Thomasville to hunt. And then in the early 1970s, Governor Jimmy Carter made trips here to Thomasville.
Today, this estate is open to the public to see the historic home, buildings, and manicured grounds.
Pebble Hill is composed of about 3,000 acres. 70 are open to the public today. This was a sporting estate, so the land was conserved for the purpose of keeping the natural ecology healthy.
Lori says that while this estate has roots as an antebellum plantation, it was transformed by the wealth of a northern family creating a winter home and hunting estate. That fact makes it unique among many places you can visit. Traveling the countryside in Thomasville, Georgia, I'm Andrew McCrae.
There will be an auction of tools and guns Saturday, September 13th, sale at 10 a.m. at the Beatty Community Center. Selling a mid-1990s Yamaha gas golf cart with a recent overhaul, Craftsman 20-horse 42-inch cut riding lawnmower. Power tools include a jointer planer bandsaw, 10-inch table saw and radial saw, wood lathe, lathe tools, sliding compound miter saw, 8-inch grinder, 8-inch planer molder, a router, drill press, plus some hand tools, a 4.5-foot workbench, chainsaw, fishing equipment, and miscellaneous. Selling guns and ammo for Bob Oliver, as well as ammo cans, pocket knives, and a glass front 5-gun cabinet. This auction of tools and guns for George and Violet Merrill and ammo and guns for Bob Oliver will begin Saturday, September 13th, 10 a.m. at the Beatty Community Center. Olmsted and Sandstrom will be the auctioneers.
Give your chickens a block treat to provide extra nutrition and entertainment as they peck at it. Hi, I'm Jody Hankey. You can buy flock blocks ready-made off the shelf or make your own as you're living the country life.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
Successful Farming presents the 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast. In each episode, a successful farming editor has a quick conversation with a farmer, chock full of stories and advice from their area of agriculture. They're interesting, educational, and perfect for your busy schedule. Search for 15 Minutes with a Farmer wherever you download your podcasts. Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
Chickens have the natural instinct to peck at something. When you set out a block treat for them, they're entertained with the pecking and also get some nutrition. Block treats aren't meant to replace your flock's regular feed. They're formulated to provide supplemental energy, vitamins, and minerals. Peter Friquette is an extension poultry nutritionist at North Carolina State University. He says when you're shopping for a commercially made block treat, look for a good nutritional mix.
It should contain some grain, could be corn, cracked corn, could be oats, some wheat possibly in there, and then some protein sources, things like rapeseed meal, or could be flaxseed. A good one is sunflower seeds.
It's not hard to make your own block treats out of scratch grains and other foods that your birds like. It's like making a big cookie, but the challenge is finding a way to hold it all together.
If it's in the wintertime and it's cold, you can stick things together with tallow, beef fat that turns solid. And you'd have to experiment where it's just enough to hold it together. You could also use some beeswax or paraffin, the edible type, and so it's like a wax, and you can mix that and it'll hold it together. The benefit of using like a tallow or some sort of a wax is that when you press it together and it rains, it doesn't fall apart.
Some people use a package of clear gelatin and put everything into a mold. You can also cook up some oatmeal, mix it together with your grains, and press it into a big ball. When it dries, it'll hold together. If you include raw ingredients such as eggs or meat, be sure to cook your treats in a 300-degree oven until they reach an internal temperature of 150 degrees. This will kill any bacteria that can make your chicken sick. You'll find more tips and recipes for making block treats at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
From scenic drives to cozy weekend getaways, make sure your tires are ready to handle whatever autumn roads throw your way. Now through September 23rd, get up to $60 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission and qualifying purchase of 4 or more new Michelin passenger or light truck tires totaling $900 or more at Mike's OK Tire. See MichelinMan.com/auto/deals for complete details. Void where prohibited. Complete details at Mike's OK Tire in downtown Marysville.
KNDY. Sometimes the wisest move is to wait. Hi, I'm Rob West with the Faith and Finance Minute. Here's a word of advice for high school graduates and their parents. It won't fit every situation, so take it for what it's worth. Don't rush into college. Consider taking a gap year first. There are 3 key benefits. First, working for a year can help you earn money and reduce future college debt. Second, a year on the job helps build real-world skills like discipline, responsibility, and perseverance that will serve you well in college and beyond. Third, taking extra time to reflect gives you space to make wiser decisions about where to go and what to study. If college feels like it's coming too fast, a short, intentional pause might help you move toward greater clarity, confidence, and long-term financial wisdom. Get biblical answers to your financial questions in the FaithFi community. Download FaithFi, Faith and Finance in your app store or visit faithfi.com.
Marysville Sons of the American Legion will host an all-you-can-eat buffet this Sunday featuring fried chicken, liver and onions, ham, and all the trimmings. Serving Sunday 11 to 1:30 at the American Legion Hall in Marysville. $15 for adults. Serving Sunday, the Sons of the American Legion feed 11 to 1:30 at the Marysville American Legion.
Part 2 of my story on the Farm Bureau Washington fly-in. Next on Farm to Fork. The following is a public service announcement from Farm to Fork. As you're listening to this program, a dramatic paring down of 12 regional centers for agricultural safety and health is taking place. These centers rely on funding support from the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, and that agency's budget is being cut by more than 98%. Several of those centers have endorsed my 2025 Public Service Farm Safety and Health campaign, what you're listening to right now. I consider this a loss to the farming community. And while no money is changing hands, a loss to this campaign as well. These centers provide a valuable service to American farmers, their families, and their workers. If you want to make a case for retaining these centers and the services they provide, get in touch with your elected officials in Washington. If enough of you do, there may be a chance to save these services and save the lives and livelihoods of America's farmers. Yesterday's show featured South Dakota Farm Bureau President Doug Somke, who laid out some of the issues that he and his fellow Farm Bureau members from South Dakota and the rest of the country are discussing this week in Washington, D.C. For example, Somke is not confident that we'll have a new farm bill anytime soon.
Chances are we're not going to get anything. I mean, the best thing we can hope for is what they're trying to call the skinny farm bill, and I really don't like that language. I think that's a horrible thing to call it. I think it's more of a Farm Bill 2.0. They have to finish this farm bill by the 1st of October. It's not going to happen, folks. I'm just telling you. They got too many things on their plate, and plus we're talking about possibility of a shutdown. So we're really in a world of hurt.
And that, says Somke, is why so many Farm Bureau members are spending their own money and their own time to make their case in D.C.
If we're going to do these things, we got to be taken seriously, and that's why we're going out there, and that's why we got such a huge delegation going. We've got 38 people from South Dakota going this year. They're going not because they they want to get away from their farm. They're going because they're really concerned about the future of their farm for themselves and for their families.
South Dakota Farm Bureau President Doug Somke. That's Farm to Fork. I'm Darrell Anderson.
Grab your riding partner, UTV, and experience the thrill of the Blue Rapids Road Ramble October 4th. The best experience you'll have on a road ramble all year. Registration begins 8:30 a.m. at the Blue Rapids Fairgrounds on October 4th. Search Blue Rapids Road Ramble on Facebook for more information.
For all your propane and propane delivery needs, contact Hoovers in Greenleaf. Call 747-2201. Propane is safe, propane is clean burning, and propane is economical. Hoovers in Greenleaf offers prompt delivery and excellent customer service. Give Hoovers in Greenleaf a call today, 747-2201. That's Hoovers in Greenleaf. KNDY.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Garrett. The marketing year for summer crops has ended, and updated price estimates are offering insight into possible support levels under federal farm programs. Kansas State University has released its final marketing year average price estimates for the 24-25 season and projections for 2025 and 26. For the 2024-25 marketing year, which ended on August 31st, estimates show little change from last month. Corn is estimated at $4.28 per bushel, grain sorghum at $4.10, and soybeans at $10.03. USDA previously announced the 2024-25 national MYA wheat price of $5.52 per bushel. All of these values remain above their respective reference prices of $4.01 for corn, $4.06 for sorghum, and $9.26 for soybeans, resulting in no price loss coverage payments expected this October. Looking ahead to the 2025-26 marketing year, estimates indicate more variation. The projected MYA wheat price is $5.25, which is below the effective reference price of $5.56. This suggests a potential PLC payment for wheat in October 2026. Corn's estimated MYA price is $4.53, above its $4.26 reference price, making PLC payments unlikely. Grain sorghum, however, is projected at $4.19, which falls 32 cents below its reference price of $4.51. If this estimate holds, producers could receive a PLC payment for sorghum in 2026. Soybeans are projected at $10.62, well above their $9.66 reference price, meaning payments are highly unlikely. Kansas State's estimates draw from USDA agriculture prices report, futures markets, national basis assumptions, and historical marketing data. These updates help farmers and agriculture planners anticipate farm program outcomes and manage risk. With most 2024 crop prices above support levels, PLC payments are not expected this year, but sorghum and wheat producers could see program benefits in 2026 depending on market conditions. Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network.
For over 70 years, Rusty at Ford has been serving Wichita and all of Kansas, delivering unbeatable deals and unbeatable service. Looking for a new Ford or a Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicle? We've got over 650 vehicles in stock ready for delivery today. And with zero down and low APR financing options, getting into that new car, truck, or SUV has never been easier. Need service? Our factory certified technicians have you covered. We service all makes and models. We offer free pickup and drop off of your vehicle and mobile service that comes to your home or workplace. Rusty at Ford makes car care convenient to fit your busy lifestyle. Been in a wreck? Call Eck. Don't trust your collision repairs to just any body shop. Our certified collision team works with your insurance to get you back on the road fast and stress-free. Visit us today at 7310 East Kellogg or browse our inventory anytime at rustyackford.com.
Bad driving habits are hard to break, but good driving habits are easy to form, especially when they can lead to a discount on your auto insurance. With Farm Bureau Financial Services, the safer you drive, the more you save. Drivers like you are saving an average of $321 per vehicle. So buckle up, learn more, and find an agent at fbfs.com/save. Individual savings results may vary. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Grain storage options beyond the bin. The key is to keep the grain dry and provide enough aeration to control the grain temperature. On Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Farming presents the 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast. In each episode, a successful farming editor has a quick conversation with a farmer, chock full of stories and advice from their area of agriculture. They're interesting, educational, and perfect for your busy schedule. Search for 15 Minutes with a Farmer wherever you download your podcasts. Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
If you're out of room in the grain bins, there are other options for storing the crop. Poly bags, farmstead buildings, or even on the ground might work as long as the grain is kept dry and there's enough aeration. Ken Helevang is an extension agricultural engineer at North Dakota State University. He says poly bags can handle higher moisture grain for a short period of time.
If we're thinking of it as a short-term, cold winter storage environment, then we probably can get by with a higher moisture content. But then if we go in with wet grain, we know that it has to come out before the end of winter. So we might be storing from sometime in November to sometime in February.
Grain is often stored short-term in outdoor piles. Helevang doesn't recommend this without being covered because just 1 inch of rainfall evenly distributed across a pile could potentially re-wet the top 12 inches of grain to near 9% moisture. If you're looking for something with a roof, there might be space in other buildings on the farm. Just make sure the walls can handle the force.
If we do some type of grain wall that's been designed for holding grain, put aeration ducts on the floor so we can move air through the pile, then the building will work very well. But the number one thing is to make sure that we look at what the stresses are that building can hold.
I'm Jody Henke. Read more about alternative grain storage methods at agriculture.com.
Planning for the future includes accounting for the present. Crop insurance protection assures that your farming operation will withstand the variabilities of weather and potential disaster. Rely on the coverage that crop insurance provides, and rely on Linda Schmitz with Linda's Insurance Agency for the experience and personal service that she offers. Call today and update your crop insurance options. That's Linda's Insurance Agency, 1507 Broadway in Marysville.
From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Shelby Varner. As growers are working on harvesting, they're likely also driving through weeds in their fields and could be collecting weed seeds on their machinery. K-State weed specialist Sarah Lancaster explains the concerns and what people can do to help reduce the spread of weeds.
So one thing to think about is harvest order. So making sure that if possible, we're saving weedy fields or at least weedy patches in fields until the end so that we're kind of keeping those weed seeds where they started. Another thing to think about besides harvest order is just cleaning your combine. I understand 100% that when it's harvest time, it's go time, and nobody wants to stop that machine any longer than they absolutely have to. But if you've harvested a particularly weedy field, right? Maybe you thought this field was clean, but once you got in there, you recognize that maybe there's a bigger weed problem than you expected. Okay, so now you've got a combine that's full of, let's say, pigweed seeds. So there are a few things we can do to think about, cleaning out that combine.
She says a way the combine can get a quick clean before heading to the next field.
Letting that combine sort of self-clean a little bit. So running the unloading auger, even though you've got the grain out, and just letting some of those weed seeds kind of go ahead and work their way out that way. Maybe opening up grain elevator doors or rock traps, the base of that unloading auger where things collect. So opening all those areas and then just running that separator in the back and just kind of moving the air through that machine to dislodge any of those weed seeds that might be stuck.
Lancaster discusses a tool that can be used to help move seeds out of the equipment.
I know folks who keep a leaf blower or some other air compressor sort of tool with them. Sometimes we use it to keep chaff off of places that are likely to be fire hazards. But tools like that can also be important for dislodging weed seeds that might be stuck on the exterior of the combine, or even once you've opened up those elevator doors, rock traps, things like that. You can use that air to kind of dislodge more of those weed seeds. So just trying to leave them where you found them is the principle here in terms of managing those weed seeds at harvest.
That was K-State weed specialist Sarah Lancaster with how combines can get a quick clean of weed seeds once a field is harvested. I'm Shelby Varner, and this has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
After Hours Feed Supply in Blue Rapids has added the ADM line of feed. If you need medicated feed, give them a call and they'll custom order for your needs. For chicken raisers, they also carry Egg Maker and Scratch Grains. Contact After Hours Feed Supply. Bob or Georgina Lindquist at Blue Rapids for details.
Market information from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. Moving through a Tuesday as we get a little closer to the end of the trading day. We're still seeing those low red numbers when it comes to the grains market. That has been the theme all throughout the trade day up until this point. For the seeds market, we have mixed to mostly lower numbers. And for the livestock market, the cattle are still stuck deep in the red, and the hogs are mixed across the board. In the corn market, December corn down 2 cents at $4.19 3/4. March corn down 1.5 at $4.38 even. Kansas City wheat for December down 5 1/4 at $5.12 even. March KC wheat down a nickel at $5.32 3/4. In the oats market, December oats down 0.5 penny at $3.23 even. March oats down 1.5 at $3.35 even. In the bean market, November beans down 3.5 at $10.30 1/2. January beans down 3 cents at $10.49 3/4. Soybean meal for October up $4.60 at $2.8650. December bean meal up $3.30 at $2.8890. Soybean oil for October down 86 cents at $50.12. December bean oil down 81 cents at $50.66. In the cotton market, December cotton up 14 cents at $66.35. March cotton up 15 cents at $68.29. Taking our first look at the currencies market through today's trade day, the U.S. dollar index for September up 24 cents at 97.66. The December USDI also up 24 cents at 97.28. The euro for September slightly in the red, down to $1.17. The December euro also slightly in the red at $1.17. The Japanese yen for September slightly in the green, up to 67 cents. The Japanese yen for December slightly in the green, up to 68 cents as well. Taking a look now at our midday stock market numbers, the Dow Jones currently up 117 points at 45,632.13. The S&P 500 up 9 points at 6,505.06. And the NASDAQ as it stands now up 43 points at 21,842.52. Market information from the Mid-America Ag Network.
A State Fair favorite is back at this year's Kansas State Fair. Matthew Hall's Family Foods Philly Steak and Cheese Booth. Enjoy tender, juiced beef topped with fried onions and green peppers, topped with the ooey gooey cheese. Oh, and they also have nachos, sausage in a bun, fresh-made corn dogs, chicken strips, fries, and lemonade. Enjoy all of it right beside the beer garden with the all-time favorite Philly Steak and Cheese Booth at the Kansas State Fair. And make sure to mark your calendars. Coming up in Bueller in October, it's Bubba's Burgers. Get ready for some mouth-watering excitement with fresh-baked cinnamon rolls found only at the Kansas Kitchen and Bakery inside the Pride of Kansas building at the Kansas State Fair. Handmade and baked fresh, plus beer rocks, cherry and peach cobbler, biscuits and gravy, hot roast beef sandwiches, and turkey sandwiches. Mouth-watering experiences await you at the Kansas Kitchen and Bakery, offering free smells daily with 30 years of yummy and smiles. Enjoy the family-owned Kansas Kitchen and Bakery inside the Pride of Kansas building at the...
See what sets the Chevy Equinox apart at the Norris Motor Company in Marysville with 2 brand new 2026 Chevy Equinox, a front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. A 2023 Chevy Equinox Premier, local new trade, excellent condition, 11,000 actual miles. And a 2017 Chevy Equinox Premier, priced right at the Norris Motor Company in Marysville.
From ABC News, Wall Street Now. The NASDAQ composite has backed away from yesterday's record high close and was down a fraction going into the midday. The Dow Jones, though, was 125 points higher. The S&P had gained a fraction. Americans are concerned about job security. A new survey from the New York Federal Reserve says fewer than 45% of us are confident about finding a new job if we lose our current one. That's the lowest level since the summer of 2013. Despite concern over rising prices, optimism among small business owners remains high. The National Federation of Independent Business says its small business optimism index rose 0.5 point last month. It is above its 52-year average. Some fashion brands say it doesn't take discounts to make sales. Clothing makers Levi Strauss, Ralph Lauren, and Under Armour have begun leaning into full-price products. So far, demand from well-off shoppers has not declined. Jim Ryan, ABC News.